Hey everyone, FSG here, hope you're all doing well. Wow, lots to digest after that little video. Great to see some gameplay footage finally, and I think what we'll do is we'll go back through those clips now and dissect them a little bit, see what we can find, see if there's anything that jumps out. Obviously, leave your thoughts in the comments as well below. I'd love to hear what you think about it. I think for the naysayers who said, oh, it's just going to be a clone of FS22, You can't, after seeing that and seeing some of those new effects and the way they've approached stuff, you can't say that this isn't a step forward. All right, maybe it's not the step forward that you would like to see, but the game is progressing. I think it's down to the fact that we've lost the support for the older consoles. Just means we can do more with the engine. We're using more of the power of the new consoles and PCs. So let's see where it takes us, but really optimistic, really optimistic. There's some real subtle stuff that I noticed when I was watching these. I'm going to watch them again with you now and we'll talk through a few elements of it. But for me, FS25 at the moment is looking like it's going in the right direction. Right, we're going to start with the rice planting footage. So as we walk up to these greenhouses here, and you can see there's light rays coming through the trees there, looking really nice. So it looks and it appears like we start with the rice saplings starting off in greenhouses, which is interesting. Noticing as well there the new HUD in the green there. Looks like we've got a new font there as well, which looks very nice. So a little bit of a difference there. We're obviously looking at these saplings here. I guess when they're ready, they're going to come out and be put onto these pallets here at the side, ready to be taken away and planted. I'm trying to absorb everything as I watch this. I'm sure I'm going to miss some stuff, so again, shout out in the comments if there's something that I don't mention that you've spotted. Now we jump to the field. There's that Iseki planter that we saw in the CGI trailer, and our trusty farmer here has jumped on. You can see the pump there for flooding those fields. No information on how these fields are created yet, so we'll have to wait and see if we get any more information about that. There we go, we are loading up planter as we speak. That's that pallet done, so he looks like he's going to move into place now. I'm going to stop everything right here though and look what is down there in the bottom right hand corner. No information yet, but it looks like we are getting GPS for all platforms in FS25, so that is a huge step in the right direction. Anyway, back to our planter. Reversing into the corner here. Nice to see those ripples on the water as well. Look at that. As he moves. Really nice touch that. That's definitely new. Getting into position here, lowering down the planter. And away we go. And things getting dropped in there into the ground. So that's looking really good. But look at that bow wave. How nice is that? That is really nice. And that is the end of that little clip. So we'll move on to gameplay rice clip number 2, and again we are seeing a brand new piece of equipment here, again from Iseki, the 6130 Japan, which is a relatively small harvester. Got an auger pipe on the back there, tracked as well, and again we can start to see this texture for the rice here, really nice texture for the rice, and again touching on that HUD as well down at the bottom as it starts up here. I really like the look of that new HUD, very modern. Clearer as well. I think it stands out a lot more, which is nice. So I do like that. But he's powering up now. You can see he's just dropping over this lip into the field. So again, I'm interested to know if we can cut these. Can we plough these fields? How do we create these fields? How do we get that drop? Where does the dirt go once you've cut these fields? If indeed you can. So we'll have to wait and see if there's a bit more information on that. I am recording this obviously ahead of the stream to be able to bring it to you straight afterwards, so we could have had some of the answers to this within the 30 minutes, but if we don't, we may get them at FarmCon in the next day or so. Next up, looks like we're looking at the same kind of rice crop. I can't really tell from here. Oh, this is long grain rice, beg your pardon, so this is a completely different type of rice. So we've got 2 types of rice, as they said earlier on, so nothing about the planting of this. Obviously it's on dry ground now, but as the other rice was as well. So I'm not sure whether or not this will be flooded to start with. By the way the combine dropped into the field though, I think it probably will have a a flooded field to start with. But there we go, relatively short clip there. Great to see the New Holland CR11 combine there in the field as well. I think it's the first time we've seen that in action as well, so another new machine ticked off the list, which is good to see. Right, next up we are checking out some of the new engine features, and we're looking at fog now. Look at this. I love the new water effect. It looks a lot more realistic than we've seen before. And this haze on the water. Now, I have spoken to Kermit and he said isn't always on. We're showcasing it here, but depending on the weather, you will get the fog or you might not. So that's good. It's not, they've not kind of overdone it. But look at that. Look at the light rays through the trees and stuff like that. Compared to FS22, huge step forward. I mean, look at this. Look at that. That is better than anything we've ever seen in FS before. So I'm really, really pleased to see things moving in the right direction. This will bring another level of kind of atmosphere to the game, which is great. And the nighttime driving, look at that. That is fantastic. It really is way, way, way ahead of where I expected it to be, even from seeing those 5 screenshots that we got the other day. I am totally impressed with that. Like I said, from purely doing a comparison between previous versions of FarmSim and this one, this is a huge step forward. And I am really, really impressed with this. Look at that. It feels really natural on the fields. I like it a lot. Nothing much to give away in the fields. I can't tell if we've got multi-terrain angle or anything like that in the fields yet. Lots of little bits like that still to take in. And again, here we can see just a little bit more detail in the trees than we've seen before, and just the way the light interacts with them and the haze that we get off it. Not much to see in this clip, I don't think. The really rich, dense crops that I talked about already, it's nice to see them a little bit closer up. They are definitely a lot more dense than they used to be. Look at the detail down at the bottom of the stalks and things like that. I think they're a huge improvement as well, which is great. Now, this clip was entitled Clouds. Now, we can obviously see the clouds reflecting on the fields there, which is great. Do you know what I took away from this, though? The circle of doom is away. There's no specific kind of clear line and the circle around the player that we've had in the other games. Everything looks like it progresses into the distance and naturally degrades rather than having a harsh line built in. So for me, you know, it's those quality of life things, those subtleties that are really going to make the difference in the game for me. But really, really impressed with this. I've got to say, the engine improvements to the atmospheric stuff, I am properly impressed with. Still haven't seen anything on deformable ground yet, so we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Obviously, they're holding some information back and wanting to release it maybe closer to the launch of the game. Right, now we're in a little bit of a drive around the map, trying to look at some of these textures on the ground. They're quite quick cuts in this, so you can't grab that much information. Dust on the ground is interesting, tyre tracks, things like that are good. You can just start to see some of the textures in the off-road bits there that are interesting. Is that steam or smoke coming off the top of the manure pit there? That's interesting. Or it could just be the light from the shadows. We'll have to hopefully see a little bit more of that closer to the time. Like I said, they're keeping these shots short because they don't want us to take too much out of them. But the other thing I noticed on this clip actually was the shadows on the fenders on the back of the tractor, and some of the reflections on the tractors are really, really nice. That's obviously a big improvement on what we've seen before, and actually you can see that a lot better in this next shot. So this is a slow drive along the road. Look at the trees reflecting on the bonnet of the tractor there. That is really nicely done. And again, we're just driving through on the roads here. You can see the texture on it. All of the textures seem a lot more high def than they maybe were in FS22. I know some mod maps put some high definition textures in there if you were on PC, but it looks like they've been enhanced across the game, which is great. And again, that lack of ring of doom, again, you can see in some of these shots as well, is really nice to see. Now we're back on the water here. Again, this is the US map, so hopefully we'll see a little bit more of this demonstrated at FarmCon. But again, that haze on the water, really nice. All the different types of grass texture on the edge of the edge of the water as well. We've got a barge there, so we can obviously cross over the river using that barge. So I'm guessing that'll be something either we can get into and drive, or it will be automatic. But again, look, even the way we're moving through the water, look at that, the water effect. We've got the streams as well. We obviously saw these first in Silver Run back in the Platinum expansion, so they're obviously were thinking ahead to FS25 way back then. And again, just along the edge of the river here, looking really nice. I have to say, the reflections in the water and the new water dynamic looks really, really nice compared to what we've seen before. A lot more realistic. And now we're having a little look through the forests. Again, lots of detail. You can see again into the distance. What I'm not seeing here is the redraw of things as you get closer to them. It all seems to be a lot more rich and dense further off into the distance. You know that horrible thing where things used to just appear or they were low res until you got close to them, and then all of a sudden they would appear, and it was really, really bad for immersion because you just didn't get that. You didn't get that realism out of it. It just feels a lot more natural now, and off into the distance there you can still see that detail. And again, there we go, nice views of the crops. I'd love to see some little multi-terrain angle stuff turning with a machine or something like that. Hopefully that will be in it now. It seems like a simple thing to implement. Now we've got the power of the newer consoles. And finally, before we go, they also released another couple of shots. One of the class Zerion, pulling behind it some sort of cultivator. It looks like, I can't see a brand on it, but again, another nice shot showing some of the detail of the trees in the background and that kind of redraw distance looking really, really good. And the other one that we got was a reverse shot of Central Cafe. If you remember the one that I highlighted in my US map images video the other day, this is looking from the other direction, it looks like. And again, start to show off some of the heat haze and that mist that you can see off into the distance there. So just another couple of images. I'm sure we're going to get a lot more of these over the next few weeks, but nice to see another couple of images being put out there as well, so we can just absorb some more of this information. And that's your lot for now. I'm impressed. I mean, I'm sure some people are going to disagree with me, but that is a huge step forward in my eyes. And we do get the Easter egg there that we're getting GPS across all platforms. What that looks like, how that's going to work, we don't know yet, but FarmCon's only a few days away. Hopefully they're going to announce a little bit more information about that at FarmCon. If not, I will be going to find people and asking as many people as possible to give me some more information. But for me, I think just general musings after seeing the live stream, after just analysing these video clips, the future's bright for FS25. At the moment, I'm not seeing anything that concerns me. Everything looks like a nice step forward from 22. So fingers crossed, there's a lot more information to come. We just don't know what else they've got up their sleeves. There could be some other nice big secrets they're holding back for now. We'll just have to wait and see. Deformable terrain, we don't have any information on yet. And obviously GPS is another big one that we would like some more information on. And they talked about weather as well, rain and things like that. We've not seen anything about that yet. It's very, very controlled, the weather in these clips. So let's see what happens. But I'm a happy man. I am a happy man. Right, onwards to FarmCon and getting you even more information. So stay tuned this weekend. I'll be over in Germany with a load of the other guys. Args is flying over from New Zealand. DJ and Cop are already out there. Virtual Farmer's on his way over. Scroft's on his way over. There's a big crew going. So we'll try and bring you as much information as we can over the weekend. But for now, from me, thank you very much for watching and thanks for all your support. And I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.